Good afternoon, everyone, and good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I really appreciate everybody joining us together and here on Sunday, and thank you. Today, Sunday, I would like to start with let's see, if you could flip that picture. Oh, yeah, PowerPoint for today. All right. I mean, we just had an amazing time together. I know who are those who are a part of their blessings, and part of the blessing, a part of the entire conference. There were a couple segments in there with blessing groups to a Travnet groups to a Chombo group, and also a conference group. Jeanette was a part of that conference, and Hans Moyer has been took 20 days off from the work, preparing for dealing with the transportation of I'm close to thousands of people out there. So it was a lot of work for Hans, and later we can hear from him, what was like to be part of the conference. But we all met together on the Blessing Day. Well, definitely was about the 15,000 people there or more for celebrating their blessing ceremony. And here it is, the place we stayed over, Elysia Ski Resort. And it's a beautiful place. And it's all the blessing groups, couples and parents of the couples all stayed over this hotel. Everybody else, people are part of the conference, people are part of our different groups like Travnet groups. Everybody stayed in different locations. There are many other resort areas that people went. I saw everybody came in one pickup spot at the airport where people get on the bus. Well, thousands of people, and there were so many places like this resort, this resort, this resort, and this place, that place. I mean, everybody was just shuffling around everywhere, but organized well, beautifully organized, and everybody just got on the right bus and just taken off and into a different area. Into the beautiful, somewhere in the forest in Korea. And nobody, by the way, when you're arriving, of course, Korea, everybody wearing a mask. 90% of people wearing them. It's shocking. That suddenly when I got off the airplane, I had to start wearing a mask because it's strange not to wearing it. When you walk in the airport, when you go into downtown, however, during the whole entire conference, almost literally nobody wearing a mask. That was amazing things.
Great.
And so here it is. This is called Elysia, beautiful place. Do you have a clicker? I'm sorry, I forgot. Thank you very much, thank you. And here it is. Well, there were many wonderful couples out there. That was this is like night before the blessing. Everybody was out there photo shooting. There were probably close to a couple hundred couples in this particular location. Besides Japanese and Korean couples groups there's so many there. They can't be held in a limited space. But our international couples, are all in this location where the photo shootings, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, photo shooting. Now, everybody was right there at 2 o'clock, smiling. The husbands are there, how they call it, the bridegrooms are waiting at that elevator where brides are coming down from the elevator and welcoming them. Or the bridegrooms with tuxedo, and the beautiful couples. Beautiful couples. Some of the people you probably remember or recognize their face. I couldn't have, I wish I could show you every couple. I didn't have enough photos, which I tried to look around and I couldn't find it. But there are some couples that I have photos of it. Here it is, some man's the bridegrooms are really happy and just trying to make some funny poses and stuff like that. Here it is. And of course, Reverend Pattons, daughter Lily, wonderful. They were really happy couples together. There are so many couples that I knew them, and I'm surprised to see even one family had 3 siblings, and they were blessed at the same time. That was really amazing to see that. And here it is. The difference in the past was that it's not about that people standing, and we did this sort of unification, beautiful symbol, and nice design, and had to paste a whole big canvas on the wall. You know, people are taking photos. Besides that, they're beautiful photo shooting. It's a beautiful bridal, like nice little hall where, because I guess this facility, this hotel it's a bridal hotel. I mean, they do have a bridal facility or, you know, all that. So special photo shooting at the place. Now, I know Jeanette was there as well, right? At this particular event right here.
I have a whole entire video of everything. All the 600 couples that got married. But I just wanted to say that I'm not prepared to show mine just yet because I want to put together a collage, a real live collage that you can see all the receipts and what I ate, the potato chip bags and all that other stuff. And I have so many pictures, I have so many videos that is unbelievable, but I want to put together a video movie clip. So I told Pastor Shoda that I wasn't prepared today to give the presentation because I wanted to make sure that it was right. So just give me a little bit more time, and I have a lot more pictures from the hotel that I was in and all the activities that I did. It was great. It was a lot of people. They were all lovable. And I met so many people internationally. Took a picture with kings and, you know, high profile people. It was great. So I think I have a lot more to show than just this particular one. So you'll see not only this, but you'll see the Kintex Center, which is this is like the convention center, right? So the Kintex Center is just as large as this one, but the shows that they put on, the songs that they put on were just amazing. And you just wait until you see those pictures that I have. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we gotta get it off my phone because, you know, I'm like a picture person. So my other life, I was a photographer. So I wanna put it together right. And just wait for me, be patient, because I had jet lag when I came back, really bad. Took a half a day to get there. So just wait for mine, be patient, and you'll see the rest coming soon. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Great, wonderful. We're looking forward to next Sunday perhaps to doing the announcement, and we're going to make that as possible.
And I have some lollipops here.
From Korea.
From Korea. So guys, this is for you all. And you can help yourself.
Wow. Thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, Jeanette was pretty surprising to see. Jeanette took a picture of the king from Africa and, you know, many kings and ambassadors, and prime ministers to president of a nation. I mean, making some good friends from king, you know, visit them, you know, I mean, good to have a king friend, king friend, of course. And now, this was beautiful. This is something that was set up was actually way beyond in the past. This was one of the best staging. They put a stage in the middle of it, you know, circle staging and incredible production, lightings, video. I mean, it's just like top-notch Broadway style, sort of like a wedding that we can truly be proud of when people ask for it. Oh yeah, that was one of the best. I mean, you talk about opera singers to, you know, and just beautiful production of the blessing. And here it is, of course, siblings. Extension of siblings. Christine and, you know, Gwen, and of course, you know, our extended siblings. That's amazing. They're really able to experiencing extended family. I'm here, the light is shining from the head and all coming out of it. It's so beautiful. Beautiful. And here it is, extended family. Extended family. My goodness. Blend in, colors. Extended family. Well, I mean, there's so much photo that probably Jeanette will definitely show, and I just could not find all the photos. But anyway, you will have a chance to take a look at more, and you'll probably find more photos. But here it is. My topic for today is actually the conference that I attended. There was a workshop I attended called the Put Love First, and all the couples. You know, there were probably close to 500 couples. First and second generation, all sent together. Actually, there was time where first generation had to, in next conference room, the second generation, you know, one room. Parents, so some of the parents sit at the back and listen to it. I was curious. I wanted to find out more about it, so I listened to it too. And I learned a lot about it because I felt, my wife and I, both of us have felt like we're a couple too. As my wife and I listened to the presentation given by Matt Jones and others that really share their talk, and it was so like my wife and I are holding hands together, just like, feel like we are also going for the blessing again, kind of feeling. It is because the topic was to put love first. Put love first is so important for all of us. Something I learned. And how are we able to put love first? Everybody would say, totally agree, yeah, sure, love should be first. Valentine's Day, everybody say, yeah, love should be first. I gotta get some roses and flowers for my wife or cards. Is anybody going out for the dinner on Valentine's Day? Please raise your hand if you did. Oh, wonderful. Mr. Bush. And they went to the birthday celebration that was went out for the new year. Okay. Anybody else from anybody else went out? Okay, great.
Anniversary is 2 days earlier, so that's totally fine.
Oh, congratulations for anniversary. Yes, I saw the photo on the Facebook. Congratulations. Wonderful. I remember that still the time of the blessing, and that was a beautiful congratulations. Everybody would like to go. My wife and I decided to go out. Place was packed, and so my wife and I had to go back. We went back home and we had our nice little time together over coffee and the beautiful cake that she made. We ate it. We ate it. That was nice. Anyway, that was everybody wanted to celebrate, on Valentine's Day because we all wanted to cherish our love. That is something that we want to do. Well, there are a couple of tips that I have received from the workshop, a seminar, 3-4 hour long seminar that I attended, and I learned a lot from it, which is actually how to really how can I able to put that love first? That's a question. Everybody agree with the love? Yeah, we all need love. I need love. And we all are in love. Everybody want to be in love. So, how can you put that love first? Of course, divine principle talks about it always. Be fruitful, multiply, subdue over creation. As a single, as in a couple, we like to put the love first, where God can dwell in the couple. Well, how can we do that? Well, there are a couple of practical things. First of all, is this schedule a date once a week. Oh my God, I learned it. Oh my goodness. Schedule a date once a week. Was a given instruction to the old newly couples.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Schedule a date.
Yeah. That's really important.
Number 2, simple. Get out of the house. Well, in a way, my wife and I should have gone out somewhere, but we went out and we came back. But however, it's very nice that we get out of the house. Yes, schedule a date, not at your dining hall. Not at your dining hall. But you have to get out of the house, somewhere outside. It doesn't matter whether it's a coffee shop or restaurant, wherever it is, that you are and your spouse together, get out of the house and somewhere to have it. But not go to a movie theater, instead of looking at okay, well, you and I will go out to the movie theater together because you and I are going to watch a movie side to side instead of looking at just your spouse, eye to eye. Many times we do that. Let's go out, or let's do something. But simple. I like to go see a movie. Let's get out the movie. Both sitting together at the movie theater. Finish? That was great. Let's go home. Right? But that was a clear instruction given to the couples that you stay up. Now. Another instruction was don't invite your friends, your children when you're having a date. Very important. Very important. You can't do that. You tend to do though, let's invite my friends together. Let's do it together. Or bring my children, because they were at home by themselves. Well, leave your children, perhaps the grandparents, or maybe friends, or somewhere, or maybe if they're old enough, they can stay at home, because dating time is the most important time for all of us. church 3 times a day. Touching. I learned it too. I'm not doing enough personally. I should do more. 3 times a day. Touch. Charge up. Touch creates the charge, vibration, this feeling of energy. Oh! And it's so important to touch your spouse 3 times a day. Go to word church, talk church 5 times a day. How many people doing it actually talking to your wife? Not about, honey,
Not text.
not a texting, not a mechanical, not something like even a 1 minute. It's not about the logistic things like, honey, how am I gonna get there, or some mechanical thing or some practical thing. But even a 1 minute, honey, you look so beautiful. Honey, I love you. Honey, oh, you look so handsome. I mean, well, I don't know, whatever it is, not about these sort of logistic things or practical daily schedule, which is important too, by the way. Talk about the schedule daily. Or, honey, I need to go to shopping. Can you take me out to shopping? Well, but rather something, 5 times a day. I thought it was a lot, but actually we need those 5 times a day. If you want to put love first, it requires a discipline. It's not going to come naturally, by the way, brothers and sisters.
No.
That's why at the beginning of the conference, at the workshop to all the couples, the presenter says, it is a very natural, it's a mother's nature to feel love, feel attracted to your spouse at that particular moment. The presenter said to everyone, it is a mother nature to feel love. It doesn't require any discipline. When you're all sitting together, I see beautiful couples, sometimes one lean over together, I can see the beautiful love. It just, everybody falling in love. And presenter understand that and understood. Yes, it's understandable. However, I want to see you, I want to cherish you, I want to tell you congratulations in 20 years from now. 20 years from now. It requires a discipline in a relationship. Oh, by the way, this is something I haven't done this yet, but you can certainly try. How many of you have done your romantic retreat 3 times a year? Please raise your hand. Romantic retreat 3 times a year.
Maybe 2.
2. Where did you go?
The ocean.
Ocean. Romantic retreat 3 times a year. That is wonderful. Thank you. Twice a year. Anybody else? Twice a year. That's good. Well, it's something that we can definitely work on this. 3 times a year, romantic tour, retreat. It's not about 1 day. Go and come back to spend a night at the place. Romantic. Don't bring your friends. Sometimes I heard romantic tour, and I invited my friends to beautiful camp out, camping out, romantic tour, camping tour, beautiful. But I want to make sure I'm with my friend with us. It sounds beautiful and wonderful, and what a courtesy, what a heart. I want to have my friends be part of that romantic feelings. However, that's romantic. If a friend's out there and it's very hard to have a romantic moment or romantic feelings, or because everything becomes more public instead of private. But romantic retreat 3 times a year. This is something we can always challenge because it requires a discipline. It's not going to come naturally.
Yeah.
If we want to put love first, then Ephesians chapter 4:2 talks of with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of a peace. It requires a humility, I should say it requires a humbleness. It requires kindness. It requires patience. bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in a bond of a peace. In other words, unity of a peace. Maintain the unity of the Spirit in a bond of peace. It requires God has to be in there. Whether we believe in God or not, it doesn't really matter. God is there anyway because feeling of love, feeling of this power of love, it's actually equivalent. It is the presence of God in you. It requires a kindness, it requires a humbleness. Patience, bearing one another in love, patience, humbleness, kindness. It all requires some sort of discipline. Bear in love, in unity with one another in spirit of God. It's there in the midst of it. In other words, yes, we're living for sake of others, yes, but what does that mean by living for sake of others within a sort of context of a couple or family, or between husband and wife? Right. What do you do when you are sitting together between face to face with your spouse? You just sit there and do nothing, or there was a communication? It is so important to communicate. It's not about that. You did not pick up a trash yesterday. It makes me really upset. I feel, my goodness, you really stepped on me yesterday or 1 week ago. This is time for me to really share my anger towards you. This is the best chance during this time of coffee session where you made these mistakes, did you? You made me upset. You. Instead of using word of you, I is very important. The other day, my wife and I were just having a coffee time together. And we began to share. And I had a chance to really listen to my wife, and then she listened to me, how I feel. It was one of the most beautiful moments at the coffee shop. Just really sharing. Of course, we did some scheduling together. Opened up a calendar, we talked about it. But it's been a while. This takes discipline. Put it aside of your work.
That's right. Just make effort.
It takes a discipline. Put it away, all those seemingly important, and put a love first. It requires discipline. Because I was about to making a mistakes. Personally. You know, campaign, December 28th is just a busy event, was one of the most important events. I should say, you know, in God's providence.
Yep.
Of course, as a pastor, as a minister, and we are part of the district, we have to maintain, we want to see some wonderful victories on December 28th, and I had to go through the meetings 3 times a week. Each meeting requires about 4 hours. Conference calling constantly.
Wow.
4 hours. Many people have so many questions. And things are changing all the time.
Yeah.
So I have to be in a meeting, make sure I'm on top of everything. Otherwise, I'll be confused. So I had to be on the meetings. Conference call meetings. Every day.
4 hours.
No, I should 4 hours. What about dating once a week? What about go out? I never really had those moments. I have a choice to make. I had a choice whether I will put love first or I put my job first. And what I did was put my job first. Okay, as a pastor, all right, it's important. to deal with the providence, deal with the God, deal with the God's will. Sound like I'm very much righteous. Sound like it's a sort of, I can justify any means to put my job first. It is a job that I put first, not love first. So what happened? After 2 months of I have not communicated, feeling dry, leaving my milk son behind, and she understands and completely understands. She has been supporting me for a while those times. No word of a complaint, not at all. She's willing to support me and help me. However, but in spite of all that, still, we haven't gone out dating once a week, or we haven't done communicating for a while, then we get dried.
Yep.
I don't know if we ever had those feelings in a moment.
Yes.
But we both understand. We always want to try to put God first and love first. But if you are away for even 2 months not doing, and then began to dry. Well, yeah. Yes. Well, I can share with you.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Here it is. His needs and her needs are very much important. We're talking about, yes, we're here for others. We're here for my spouse, I should say. In order for us to put a love first, it's so important. Many times, because I feel love, that's why I can give.
Right.
Or you feel love so you can give to your spouse. However, many times it's not that a case, but we're here together, we're trying to do it for others because we were here together, we were trying to creating a love together. Because we want to put a love on the pedestal at first. That's why we're here to creating a love together. That is why we do what we do, to trying to willing to, even to consider what is the needs of others. What is the needs of my spouse? What is it, the needs of my spouse? What is my spouse needs? So important.
Different.
Living for sake of others, or another word is to here together, we're creating a love together. So what is it that needs of others is? It is so important to finding what's the needs. I want to ask you a question. What is the needs for men? Does anybody can help me to answer some of the... what is the needs of men? It's so important. By now you're mastering that, because by applying it, because it's just so important that you might, by now you already have discovered what's the needs of man. So you can help fulfilling the needs for men, I guess, which actually makes you happier. Anybody like to... I want to know, what do you think about the needs of men? Should I ask a man or should I ask a woman?
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
All varieties.
All varieties. Yes, physical touch for all varieties.
Let your man know you support him. Let your man know that you support him.
Wow.
In different ways. Whether it is bring coffee or something elaborate, but verbalize that you support him, verbalize that you care, and you appreciate what he does for you.
Let the man know that he cares. Support. Support. Anybody else? Okay.
I feel man needs to express himself and needs to have someone to listen to him. It's a way of him expressing himself and feeling comfort.
Wonderful. Man needs to be heard so that man feels comfortable. Anybody else, by the way? One more? Any other session?
I had that book.
You had this? Oh, you had this book.
I had it.
Oh, I see, okay. Sorry, I'm not talking about this book, but it's glad you have it. That's great. Yeah, I just want to try to get this title, but that's very good. I like it. Building an affair-proof marriage. Because we really need it. I mean, I'm telling you, it's true. Because I seen it a lot, even within a blessed couple. Here you go.
To be in a marriage is not just a mission. It's freely chosen.
Good.
It has a lot to do with it. It contains a lot of truth in it, right? Marriage is not a mission. It's not the mission. Okay, what about the women? What women needs? Needs for the women. Is anybody else? Man? Oh, would you like to say something? Okay, great. Go ahead, please.
Gentleness, genuine, sincere listening, respect, interest in the heart and mind of your wife, genuine, growing interest in it's very good in who they are as they grow and develop.
Thank you, Master Cardi. Thank you. Anybody else? I mean, only are there other men or women? What do you think? What you think? I mean, what is it that your needs? What man needs? Oh, is anybody else? I mean, it seems like one couple is knowing all this truth, this beautiful fact.
Is that what women need or what?
Yeah, it needs for women. What is the needs of? Yeah, what do you think after?
Alright, I'll give it a guess. Need to feel heard and don't need to necessarily have your problem solved right there. You just want to feel heard and get your feelings out. That's one thing.
Thank you, sir. You can give the marriage presentation. That was it. That's incredible. I don't see any answer. There's a particular answer to this question, but I think all those things are. But finally, okay, great.
One thing on the physical, women are physical, so they need time to feel pampered, go shopping, and to feel, in order to feel wanted, to feel valued. They need those things. The quality of the feminine nature. They love beauty.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I think it said it all, really. Thank you very much. And I mean, those are absolutely true. So I can't really say. I learned a lot from that. As you mentioned something, all these things that I think is absolutely true. And it's so important for we need to understand the needs of others. I should say two things. Is the mega needs for man, generally, usually, after I've been or listened to a reading or be heard from a different presenter about the marriage, is a mega needs for man is the respect and honor, which actually you just covered it all. And woman's needs is actually security. Mega needs is security, feeling of security, and it covers everything. I mean, sense of security is so important. I mean, in order for men to be honored and respected, what does that mean? Sometimes I see, I mean, it's a sort of humble thing to say, in front of our friends that, my husband is actually, he had this problem, he has this needs, and he's not really, I mean, they are, to expressing how humble, it is, even though I love my husband, but in front of our friends, my husband is actually cannot do this, cannot do that. However, when the husband listens to what the spouse is saying about what he cannot do, it is very discouraging. It really needs to be respected and need to be uplifted and need to be honored. And sometimes shocking to say that, but let man make mistakes. That's a shocking statement. Let a man make mistakes. Step aside. Let men learn when they're making mistakes. You know, that's so important. Let a man make mistakes. Sometimes wife would like to come in and tell what to do. It's exactly what you need to do right now, so please don't make mistakes. Because we see a man, hopefully the man is perfect. But I believe that men are imperfect. Men make mistakes. We have a beautiful ideal of man. My husband eventually get there. Always trying to cherish, encouraging man. This is the way, I know you have a great potential, so I want to know you're going to get there. Always trying to encourage him that you are this. You're going to be one of the greatest leaders. Whatever. Or you are the man who knows how to fix the car, or who took care of me, who been taking. I mean, it's really cherishing a man. And then let the man journey. Instead of what to do, or trying to fix it, or trying to prevent it from doing something that just about to make a mistake. Let the man make mistakes. Let them learn by making mistakes. Of course, we cannot really let the man go through all the destructive behavior. Habits and destructive behavior are different things. But I'm saying let the man, because God created men and women are different. They were equal in the family, but they're different in personality. It makes it so much wonderful for man to journey and to see how man grows and how woman grows.
Yes, that's it.
To see the difference, and it helps me to grow, or help wife to grow. I mean, it's so important to see the difference in the family, a man and woman, the difference.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Journey. In other words, I have mentioned before, it is so important to accept where you are. God will take you through it so that you can change. However, you have to embrace where you are right now. At this particular moment, you just have to love yourself right now. Accept where you are. Because God will take you through it. God will actually work in each one of our lives. God is working on your spouse. That your spouse eventually will change. Whatever it is a habit that he or she has, but embrace what we are right now. So therefore, it is so important. Step back a little bit, and let the man journey a little bit. Expedition to something that I have not really discovered, because man has a potential to grow, and always cherish that moment. How about a woman? Security. Security within a family. Let the man know that a man are here to trying to providing a sense of security. If the man is a breadwinner, go out and a breadwinner of the family. In other words, if man is working, providing a cash flow into the family, then let the wife know that here I am doing this, here's my plan, here we're sort of discussing together financial plan together of family. Or if the wife is the breadwinner of the family, then make sure women get involved. Men express the interest in the discussion of finance together. All right, let's sit down and talk about it.
Yes.
What about the family? Well, before having a children, or after children left, leaving home because they were grown up, these two stages were couples alone, without other family members. First stage is a couple only. This is a moment, the most important moment that we need to build this relationship before having a children. But after children grown up, they're left, Hans. Right? Is that right? Hans family, all children are gone now. Empty nest. But here's love involves within husband and wife. Empty nesters, Bush families, Karen Conway's families, empty nesters. Reverend Park, all the children. My children also going one by one. Now we have 2 left at home, but all other children gone. The house is very quiet. Tiny mother family. Jeanette family. The children are grown that she moved on. It is so important. The empty nester is the building how to apply this principle. Principle of love. Put love first. It is so important for all of us. Shocking to hear my neighbor. I love the neighbor. They love each other. For 25 years of marriage anniversary, just had it. He and I, they're a wonderful couple. They started their marriage around age 20. And my wife and I blessed them, because we just can't help, but we want to bless this couple, wonderful couple, the 2 children, so beautiful couples. They are always sitting there outside of porch together, swing during the summertime. They have a beautiful barbecue event sometimes, and it's just a really great couple. I love them. Exemplifying couples. I love them so much. And last year, I think his oldest son got married. My children are part of it. My sons are sort of, how do you call it, bridegroom.
Best man.
Huh?
Best man or bride?
Right, best man. Noritaka and Sun were the best man for that beautiful marriage. I wrote the letter saying that you guys are the most exemplified couples. I love you guys. Thank you for, seeing you all, it gives me a lot of hope. That was last year. And I just saw a sign that says, house for sale. What happened? It's house for sale, what? Maybe, great, because they're empty nesters. They're eventually going to end up having a little house together. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, and actually I found out they just got divorced. They just split. In fact, surprisingly, they just got divorced and wife got married within 1 month. Remarried very quickly. And the husband has a girlfriend now.
Oh, that's
It shocked me.
late life challenge.
It's like, shocked me. I was like, what? It shocks me. I was like, fainted almost. I couldn't believe it. What? It is not, it's just simple. It's an equation. Applies to everyone, no matter how we are blessed. But a blessed couple, the truly feeling that I'm blessed, is when we have put the love first. If the people, even no matter how beautiful a couple can be, when the children left home, that's when the test comes. That when we had the moment of togetherness for a long time, that moment is so important before children. In the middle of having a child, you're so busy with the children. Then, kind of forgot about, but you're busy with them, because you invested so much energy into your children, you kind of forgot about this, but it's okay because you're busy investing time into children. But meanwhile, we can never forget, continually walk on this principle. Otherwise, when we become empty nesters and you and your wife together, what are we going to do? I don't know. All the children are gone. I don't know what to do. I cannot raise my children anymore. I can't tell them a device. I can't really share. I can't take them out because I want to go out with my children, dating together. I can't do that too. Then what am I going to do? It's the simple principle that we can apply is to put love first. Love is something that we can create together. Right.
Thank you.
So, anyway, it applies to all of us. And I really want you to continue this wonderful, blessed life. As a truly, you can say that yourself, I'm a truly blessed. We are truly a blessed couples. Dating once a week, by the way. Don't go out of your house, please. Romantic retreat, suggested is 3 times a year. And don't go see a movie, but just find a place where you and your spouse can be sitting sort of eye to eye. Sharing about your heart, not about you, but I feel. But all those things are perhaps important, which I realize now today. Put aside of your work. Put love first. Great. Join me in prayer.
Good, very good.
Does anyone want to pray? Sorry, does anyone like to pray? Great, thank you. As always, Mr. Allen, it's great.
This is the continuation of Valentine's atmosphere. Dear Heavenly Father, we know that the greatest thing that you created was true love. This is your essence. Everything was motivated on true love, which comes from you. So, of course, it's not easy because it was tainted in the beginning by the fall. But so mankind has been through restoration, trying to overcome the bitterness, the anger, the betrayal, and to regain love, to regain trust, and truly find harmony within their life, within their spouse. No one is made to be just by themselves. Everything is created to share with somebody else, to share with their family. This is your intention for humanity. So we're so grateful with our true father and true mother, who really showed us the value and meaning of what love is. The greatest of all evil is not money or it's not physical things. What's the greatest evil is the self-centered motivation, which was created by the fall, is the remnants of the fall. So we need to overcome these things so that we can love and see these things with our spouse, with our family, centered on you, and with you, God, in the mix. So we're grateful for Reverend Schultz's sermon. It's not easy to talk about love. You know, they say after you're married, you know, the honeymoon is over. And then you find out where your spouses are going through their life. But the greatest things that we remember is that we never gave up on the things that were difficult. And this is one thing that young couples and couples of all ages have to understand. That you're marrying somebody that's completely different from you. And it's how you're able to mend both together to build a life and hopefully have you dwell within them. We pray for the blessings in the McCuddy family. Essential Best Family, pray, Jew.